Alright guys, so I'm going to start out actually with no primer on my face. I just have my kind of like natural luminizing moisturizer that I get from L'Oreal on my face right now. So that's all I'm going to put on because I don't know how this is going to react with a primer. I am also dry skinned, so most of the time I don't really need a primer. So the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, the one I have is in Pale Warm. I didn't really see a cool shade that looked like it would match me. I'm a little bit more on the pink side, which is cool. On the back it says, "Goodbye Photo Flashback, helps eliminate white particle reflection." And it says it's tested under 7 light conditions with top smartphone models and with and without flash. So sounds like this will be great. Not tested on animals. Awesome. So I'm really excited about this. It is cruelty free. It does say that on the front. So we're going to try this out. I'm going to apply both sides actually with a beauty blender just because I have such dry skin. I prefer to apply with a beauty blender. I don't like brush application. I feel like it makes foundation, especially foundations that are kind of a little bit more liquidy like this, really streaky looking. So I'm just going to apply this to the back of my hand. And I do actually really like that there's a spatula applicator. Obviously I would prefer a pump, but for a foundation that's like $5, I'm not picky about it. It does have kind of an interesting smell. It has almost like a clay-like smell. It's not bad though. It's better than like overly perfumed or chemical smell. I'm going to apply the other side and then zoom you guys in and see if you guys can see how this looks on my face. It looks just extremely dry and it's emphasizing every little bit of texture that I have. So let me just put it on the full face and then zoom you guys in. Alright, so hopefully you'll be able to see that it's like not covering anything. There's a lot of dryness like around my nose. It's clinging to every little like pore on my nose. I am not happy with this at all. I don't know if it's, I don't know, like my skin is not overly dry today. I've used moisturizer and stuff and my skin actually felt really hydrated and good. So I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna try to apply a thin layer and really blend it in and see if that adds any more coverage, but hopefully it won't cake anymore. Okay, so adding another layer was not a good idea. For some reason this foundation just does not want to like soak into my skin. It just wants to sit on top and move, and I'm not sure what's going on with that. So yeah, I'm gonna let it sit for a while. I'm gonna apply the rest of my face and then I'll come back once I have the rest of my makeup on and show you how it looks. Alright guys, so I have all of my makeup on now and I'm not gonna lie to you, I took off that foundation that I had put on and I put a primer under because my skin looked so bad. I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't look a ton better than it did now that I have a primer on and I reapplied the foundation, but it's a little bit better. So I actually went in with the Smashbox Photo Finish primer. I put that all over my face, I let it sink in for a little while, and then I reapplied the foundation. I still used a beauty blender and it looks better than it did. It's still very dry looking, and when I was applying it with a beauty blender, I noticed that it didn't want to like suck into my face. It just kind of wanted to like smear and move, and the coverage was a little bit better with the primer. So I would definitely recommend using a primer with this. I don't know if it just doesn't like the fact that I have dry skin and maybe my skin doesn't mesh well with it. But I'm going to zoom you guys in and show you guys kind of like the texture on my face, because it doesn't look super pretty when I zoom you in. The camera and like the lighting right now is probably making my face look a lot better than it really does. So as you guys can see, I have a lot of like texture here. This is the acne scarring I have and pitting from cystic acne when I was younger. A lot of the foundation is just clinging to it. It looks super dry. You can see like all of, I like when my freckles show through, but this is a little bit like, I expected more coverage from it, I guess. Everything just looks super, super dry and cakey and kind of gross. I'm not impressed with this foundation. I'm hoping that maybe throughout the day it'll get a little bit better looking, but I don't know. So I'm gonna check in throughout the day and show you guys how this is wearing, how it's holding up. crossing my fingers it'll be okay. I'm gonna let you know what else is on the rest of my face because the video that I did for this won't be up when I post this first impression. So I did go in with the Wet n Wild press powder. I did pick this up as well. I heard that this was a lot like the ambient lighting powders. I completely disagree. It doesn't give you that like beautiful glowy, dewy type, well not glowy. It doesn't give you that kind of like luminous look. This is actually, I felt like this is almost like borderline semi-matte, at least on my dry skin. But yeah, I don't compare this at all to the ambient lighting powders. I don't remember who I heard that from, but no. So I went in with that. I also used the Wet n Wild contour powder, Jeffree Star Skin Frost, the Sephora Serum Concealer. I don't know how I feel about this yet. It was the first time I used it. Actually, it was the first time I used all of these products, but it didn't give great coverage. Hey guys, so it's currently about 5:40 in the evening, so I have had the makeup on for about 6.5 hours now. And it's so weird because I'm looking in the viewfinder and my makeup looks really nice in the viewfinder, but it looks absolutely horrendous in person. Let's zoom in here. There we go. So you can see it's worn off completely off my chin, around my mouth here. The nose looks like really patchy and gross and built up. You can see how it like has barely any coverage. You can see all of my imperfections and my freckles. The bronzer looks really patchy at this point on top of it, and everything looks super dry and gross. Even my eye makeup is like not faring very well today. Everything looks terrible. I hate this foundation. I have heard so many good things about this foundation, so I am shocked that I really like just don't like it. I am gonna keep trying it out though because I don't know if maybe I'm having a bad skin day or what's going on, but right now this looks like crap. So as soon as I get home, I'm gonna be taking this off. It is raining right now. I don't feel like that really affected the foundation, to be quite honest, because like I wasn't out in the rain. I've been sitting like indoors all day. So yeah, I'm just really disappointed. It's like not long wearing. My skin is dry, so most foundations are long wearing. I'll update you guys later in like a monthly, one of my monthly like favorites and not so favorites video, and let you know how it's doing, if I like it any better or any worse. So yeah, this is my impression of this foundation. I don't like it. I don't know what's wrong with it, so it's probably not a super helpful video when I have no clue why my skin looks so bad. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching and have a great day.